Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anna Sophie and I like to make videos about writing, books and anything about my life. At the start of this year, I made a video about everything that I wanted to do this coming year in 2025, and I haven't really looked back at that page since I made that video. I know that I said that I wanted to work on certain goals in my life. These could be goals from health related, but also career wise. And there was just a bunch of things that I wanted to accomplish this year, even though this was a gap year that I took between my studies. And it was just a year for me to explore and kind of see where things go, where my passion lies, and what kind of hobbies I like to do, and explore a little bit what I can do in my free time if I have all the time of the world. And so this year was a place for me, and still is, to explore and discover what I actually want to do with the rest of my life. And in this video, I want to do a little bit of a mid-check, and I want to see what I've already accomplished or what I still need to do to reach these goals at the end of the year. Because it's already July. How did that happen? I have no clue. It went so fast. And I'm kind of terrified to see how far I've actually come with these goals, because like I said, they were in the back of my mind, but I didn't really feel like I was striving towards them or actively working on them. So we'll see how far I've come and what I still need to be doing. Let's hop into it. So this was my goals and intentions list. I had the word of the year, which was acceptance. I feel like I've been working towards that goal. I am accepting where I am in life right now and accepting what uncertainties lay in this kind of phase, and just accepting whatever comes at me. And sure, in some ways I still need to learn a lot, but I've been working on it. I feel like I had 4 different categories. First, we have personal development. Show myself more self-compassion. I realized during my studies that my own mental health and also physical health was not my priority. When things got busy, I had a lot of deadlines for courses, experiments I had to go through, essays I had to do. Also, have a social life and go to gatherings and meet up with friends and do events that are organized by study associations. I realized that I didn't really prioritize my own well-being, and when things got tough, I didn't always stay positive or kind towards myself and felt that I was doing things not correctly. And this year I wanted to try something else. I wanted to see if I had the time and I put my own deadlines on things, would I show myself some patience and self-love. And I realized that this year I did put myself on deadlines, for example with writing my book or with posting videos on YouTube. And when things didn't go as planned and life happened, I didn't push myself to continue working or continue reaching that deadline. And instead I just gave myself more time. I had more patience with myself, but that's also something I can give myself because I put those deadlines myself. So it's I have the time to give myself grace, and I'm not sure how far this goes if I have deadlines that are imposed by other people or things like that, but I do think I've been growing in that regard. So I think the first one is going well. Then the second one is journal every week. to just understand what I've been doing, to see how my thought patterns change or certain behaviors, and see what happens when I go through things in life. And even though I said I wanted to journal every week, I meant it as like journal on Sunday of that whole week. And I have not done that. I feel like that is way too daunting to put yourself, like to sit down and write about your whole week. I have journaled quite a lot. I have to say, I have this journal, this one that I keep with me almost everywhere I go. And there is like, for every month, I have a habit tracker in there and I have a highlights list. So I have to write down what the best thing was that had happened that day. And I also have a sleep tracker, including like a more elaborate list of my highlights or explanations. And I feel like I've been working on journaling. So that one is also going quite well. Minimizing stress in my life, taking active choices that give me less stress. I think I already talked about this a little with the first one. I haven't tried to control things that are out of my control. And maybe in that moment I didn't, but eventually I did. And so this one is going quite well as well. Then we have stay in the present moment, be where your feet are. This is like an on and off thing. I try to be mindful and I try to meditate every day, but sometimes I just forget. Like I say I would do it in the morning, then something happens and I don't do it in the morning, then I say in the afternoon or maybe in the evening, and then I go to bed without even doing it. And like the thought didn't even pass my mind. And then there are other days in which I easily do it and it really helps ground myself and I feel more at ease. So we're working on that. Maintain the relationships I have with friends and family while maintaining healthy boundaries. Very important. Work in progress. I feel like this is a work in progress that will stay that way forever. Then we continue with the second category, which is health and fitness. Start with my calisthenics journey. 10 pull-ups on a bar and hold myself for at least 1 minute in an L-shaped press-up. Let's go, girl. Oh, I did not do any of that. I have not started this calisthenics journey. I know it was a hype when I started this year, and I have some friends that do it, but I have not had the time or the energy to get into that. I have stayed mindful and sometimes performed yoga and meditation, like I've said before. I've also tried to go outside every day and just have like a walk in nature, in the park or in the city itself. So the other two I have done, but the first one, no. Then we have number 3, which is the career. I have decided actually to not do a master's, and it's kind of like scary because most people do work on their masters, or at least where I am from, they do, because they say that just having a bachelor is not enough experience or enough knowledge to go into the research field. Luckily, I don't want to go into the research field, so that's good. I haven't yet found a side job or freelancing thing. I also haven't really looked into it, so gotta be honest, I've not been working on that. I did invest more time into my YouTube channel and I have explored like different themes, I would say. Well, they're related to writing and books and sometimes like diary entries about my life, like traveling or something, but I've tried out things and I have learned like a whole new editing software, which is super duper cool. I love working with DaVinci Resolve. I also am working on the amount of videos, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna reach 40 videos because I will be taking a break pretty soon for like a month because I will be traveling and be just like with family and friends, enjoy my summer vacation. And after that, I might become busy with finding like a job and things like that. So I might not be able to reach the 40 videos that I wanted to post this year, but we'll see. Then continue writing the rough draft of my fantasy book and finish it before the end of the year. I have been working on my fantasy project. I also recently started another more dystopian fantasy project. Like, I still hope that I can finish the first rough draft of my fantasy novel that's known as Project Jazar, but I have been working on the outline of Act 2 and researching a lot of different things about the world itself and the characters, and I've come to a realization of a lot of things, and in some ways I'm like, I should just continue the rough draft as how I started it and then added these things later. But at the same time, if I do that, it costs so much more energy and time to change the whole script if I wanted to throw it all around. You know what I mean? It's so much easier to change things in an outline than change things in a rough draft. And I'm like struggling to balance between what I actually want with this book and where I actually want the story to go to, because I've changed so many times and I've been going back and forth, and it's just like in my head it's a mess. And the last 2 weeks I haven't done a lot with it. Anyways, I hope I can finish it at the end of the year, but I'm not sure if that's something I can manage. Finding a writing community and kind of motivating each other, I have been working on that. Like, I feel like I found so many people that do similar things as me and have their own projects and other author tubers, but also I've recently joined the LWS, which is the London Writer Salon. I have like daily writing sprints with these people and they're from all over the globe. If you've seen one of my other videos, I had like a whole 24-hour writing sprint with them. But it's really cool because they motivate me to start early in the morning, and when I do that I have more motivation to prioritize my writing project over other things. And I've also like started following so many other tubers and get really inspired and motivated by their videos. Then I also have the last goal, which is learning more about investing and saving money. I started with that. Like, I followed some like courses or videos, and I also have a book laying around here that is all about that, but I haven't really dived into it because I got so obsessed with writing my book that I completely forgot about that. So gotta put some time and effort into that as well in the next half of the year. Then we have the last category, which is hobbies and free time. I wanted to finish my creative journal entries of 2023 and 2024. And if you've seen a few of my earlier videos, they were mostly about scrapbooking, and I have this journal which I just post like all kinds of pictures and things like that in there. I finished for 2023 quite recently, and I haven't started for 2024, I'm also not sure if I'm still gonna do that because we're already at the half of 2025, and because I went on an exchange in 2024, I have so many pictures and so many videos that if I would scrapbook most of that, it would probably take me forever. I'd rather have a photo album and make like some short films about all the traveling that I've done than put them in a scrapbook like this one. But I might do like a small collab of like the highlights, something like that. But choosing the right pictures is gonna be such a hassle. Like, it's gonna take so much time. I literally need to do a digital cleanup because I have way too much on my laptop, on my phone, on like iCloud and all those things. I need to put in the energy and time to search all of that out, but it usually feels like a waste of time because I'd rather be writing or being with family or friends or doing something other creative than scroll on my phone through old memories and delete the ones that I no longer want, or random videos I took somewhere but never looked back at. And I really need to, but I really don't want to. I actually don't know how many books I've read, so I'm gonna check my Goodreads and see how many I already read this year. Let me see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've read 17 books. That's a lot. What? That's actually insane. Because we're only 6 months in and I've read 17 books. Mind you, I've also started 5 books and not finished them. And I'm currently reading Mistborn. It's like I'm at page 199. This is such a good book. I absolutely love the world building, love the characters, love the magic system. It's long. It's a thick book. It's like 700 pages. This is also like such an inspiration for my story because I really like the way that he switches POVs. And so recently I've been thinking about the fact that how I'm gonna do that in my story might reflect the way that he does it in his stories, or I'd like it to be that way. But this is like top tier. This is like what I want to reach with my books, but my level is like, and this is like, whoops. But yeah, so I'm currently reading this one, and I might start with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies after this one. So those will be 2 other books. I think this is gonna be easy for me to reach. Like this goal is not that spectacular now, or it doesn't feel like that, because I only need 9 more books. The summer is for reading, and I'm going on vacation, and that's like reading time. So I will definitely be able to reach that goal. Then I'm also gonna meet my friends when I go on vacation from my exchange. So that is gonna happen. Like, one of my friends came from Australia and she's currently in Europe traveling, and it's so bizarre for me to think that she's in the same freaking time zone as me right now, and I'm gonna see them next week. I can't fathom that fact, because I haven't seen these people in like a year, and I'm finally gonna meet them again, and I'm so freaking excited. Yeah. And then the last goal that I have here is working on... I really hope you don't hear all of that. But the last goal that I have is working on my creative projects. And I have a bunch of different things like acrylic painting, I have a number painting, I still need to finish my diamond painting, I have a miniature house that I can build, I have a smaller wooden flower box thingy that I can build, and I've been working on some of them. But because they're such big projects, I haven't finished any of them yet. But we're working on that, and I'm positive that during the summer I will have more time for that. I think some of these goals are gonna be easy to complete, while others I definitely need to put more energy into and see kind of like where it's going. But yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well for this year. Like, I do have to say that I have so much time to do what I want in this year, and so you should not compare me reaching those goals that are quite extensive and are for someone that has a lot of time on their hands. And I feel like for me it's easy to, or at least not all of the goals are easy, but it's easy for me to be working on these goals because I don't have a full-time job or I'm studying full-time. Like, I can do whatever I want whenever I want to, and that is such a privilege, and I'm so grateful for my parents and everyone around me to support that and be able to have this chance to just explore what I want in life and want to see for myself. Yeah, I'm just really happy with that. And I feel like the next half of this year is me working or continuing on my writing projects, but also looking more into what I want with this, because I've realized that books are like the best thing ever. Like, I knew that, but I would love to work more towards writing books, but also marketing and things like that. So I would love to be working in like a publishing house or something like that. But we'll see. I still have time to explore that after I come back from my vacation, and I still have time to dive into these topics and learn more about what I wanted to do this year. Let me know in the comments if you already did some of your goals, or maybe you have changed the goals that you've set for this year. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, leave a like down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!